What's up, YouTube? Alright, so it's basically the beginning of November. Time's getting colder. And I bet you just wish, oh damn, I wish my Lancer had heated seats. Which it doesn't. Alright? So, I know this is like a performance modifications channel. But at the same time, this still is my street car. So, today we're going to install heated seats. Which are those in the box. They're like heated pads and everything. I don't think I'll be able to get to, installing it in these seats. I'll probably take it to like a upholstery shop, let them do it, because I don't have any of those staple guns, or maybe I'll just buy one for it, but you'll see later on in the video. So today we're just gonna be wiring up everything, so everything that's basically in this box. So when I do put the pads in, it'll be nice and ready, and we'll have heated seats. Alright, so I got this kit off of eBay quite some time ago. I'll probably put a link in the description if I can find it again. But it's essentially what it comes with. 4 pads, well actually 2 pads. 1 per seat, upper and lower, blah blah blah, a switch, it's a pretty nice looking switch. 2 settings switch. Relay, a bunch of wirings, fuses, and connections to the pads and instructions. So let's open this up and see what we can get in this. So first impressions, these wires feel really, somewhat of a good quality. The fuse is optional. As you can see, it's not connected. You would connect these to the power. These are where these 2 connectors connect to the seats. And it's a relay. So feels somewhat of a good quality, but we'll just have to see after we install everything. Alright, so I got this disconnected from the rest of the wiring harness, and we're going to take apart this center console here and take it inside so we can fit these 2 switches in on both sides. So let's get to that. Alright, so I took it apart. We're inside now. Finally got both of these disconnected to the wiring harness, and now we're going to measure and cut and try and find a good spot, for these 2. If I didn't explain how to take this off, it's pretty simple. You just pull out this square, and then simply just pull up on this and pull it over the e-brake. Really simple, so, easy on, easy off. Pull on, pull off, really simple. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and make my marks, and get back to you with that. Also, if you was wondering why I didn't try and put them in the OEM spot, oh, there's your answer. Simply does not fit. Oh, made my marks. So camera can focus here. There's really no going back now. So, started cutting. My marks, started cutting. And I gotta get a tool and angle it so it fits flush like a rectangle. So, it should be easy. So, I can't find my hand saw, so I got this jigsaw. Hopefully it does the trick, and we wouldn't get any crazy angles. But, yeah, don't try this at home, guys. Alright, guys. So, the first one's in. Slightly crooked, just a tiny bit. And, yeah, actually good quality, Nice cut, even though we did use a jigsaw, which is not supposed to be done with this. Kind of hard to get these angles in, but it got them perfectly. So you guys don't have to watch me do the next side. I'll just, yeah, now we can attach the wiring to the back and make these things work. We sort of kind of have a little problem. See, this button, you gotta remount this plastic for this button to fit. But this button fits tightly. It fits, you gotta. It looks really nice, snaps in perfect. So, 1 button down, another button to go. I'm gonna go get my tool and start sawing away. And that way I can make it look less crooked also too. So that'll be, it actually might make it better. So we'll see. And for those of you that don't know actually how to take these up, what you gotta do is you take out this little rectangle. Alright, so perfect, everything's in, right? What you do is you take your finger, pull up against here, pull it up, just like that. Then you grab here, shake this back half off. Well, shake that back half off, and then just pull it up. Real simple. It's pretty cool because you can hide whatever you want back here, you know. Granted, it'll fit, but it's pretty cool, you know. A little Lancer hiding spot. So that's how you do that. So I made my marks with a knife, and we're gonna start chopping away at this plastic. Again, wrong tool. Don't recommend this, but it's the only thing I got, so. Alright, so just to give you a little close-up of the cut, as you can see, it's not clean at all. This jigsaw is probably older than me. It's just plastic, so it's whatever. But it fits perfectly. Also has that little squeeze factor in it, see? So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna fit this on and find out how this fits. Alright, just like that, I get both of them to fit. This one's a little bit off because it's at an angle. I realize that now. Maybe I should have put it in a different spot. But you guys can learn from my mistakes. Blah blah blah, you know. So look, it looks pretty good. It's a little stick up a little bit, but everything fit, everything's tight. Like you can't pull these out. You gotta get a screwdriver and actually pull this one out. That's how tight that one is. So now we're gonna run the wires to them and possibly get to the chairs soon. Right, so I may not be able to cut straight because I don't have the proper tools, but I definitely can wire properly. So I'm gonna take these apart and see what this kit consists of. Alright, so if I didn't say this before, the wiring comes with a relay, 2 prongs that go to both pads of the heated seats, another connection to the switch, and the third one is straight to power and ground. So shouldn't be too hard to get these to work, but I'm gonna wire them up and see what happens. I guess before I do that, attach this fuse too. This kit also comes with a, if I can open it with one hand, 10 amp fuse. What's that? Yeah, 10 amp fuse. That's pretty cool. That they included that with it. So it's a little safety precaution if you want to put an amp to your wiring. But other than that, we're gonna try and wire this up right now. Right, so I decided to zip tie both relays together, and then I'm going to zip tie them straight to this little hole right here, so you can see that right in there. So that'll be a perfect spot to access both relays. And if you were wondering how we're supposed to get it through, here, as you can see, the camera's probably in all kind of weird angles right now, but if you was to focus here, let me see. Alright, you can actually push through this plastic. You can see my fingers on the other side. So there'll be no need to drill holes, you just push it straight to the bottom. See, all the way through. So easy access for that. Right, so back to this. I zip tied, well actually twisty tied, made it easier to remove both relays at once, so make sure it's nice and tight so I don't hear no rattling while I'm driving. I also took the liberty and just zip tied these because these are to the switches. As you can see, this is really long for no apparent reason, so just gonna go ahead and tuck them away just like that and plug it in just like that. See, easy, simple. So this one's also zip tied, and to power both of these I have two choices. I can either I believe this plug right here goes to this cigarette lighter in here, and I can feed both of the powers off of that, but I don't know if it'll be strong enough, so I'm actually just gonna take a wire all the way from the back, bring it to the front, and power these two heated seats pads. But you know, also got to put these fuses to both of them just in case they get too much amperage or whatever. Yeah, I also decided to do this because I want to wire up a little bit more, you know, auxiliary things for this car, so figured I'd just do that. So alright, so push these through here. Now that they're fitting through here, I'm gonna bring them all the way up. But before I do that, I twisted these two together, ready to be soldered. I'm gonna send them through one thicker wire, obviously. And then at the end of these two, I'm gonna have disconnecting pins so I can actually disconnect them and make it easier to, you know, service these things there. So it shouldn't be that hard. Yeah, so we're gonna do that now. Alright, so after all of that, got this thing soldered and nice and, you know, connected together with these two prongs. Pulled the wires straight up here and also added two female prongs to them. I'm gonna connect them up, and then we're going to add in the switches from here and here. And just like that, both of the switches are in and connected nice. Obviously I'm not gonna leave it hanging like that. Now we're gonna test and see if we get power to these two switches. And just like that, everything nice is tucked in, and these switches do work. You see the color in it, it's pretty cool. Both sides do work. So you see the light on this one. Yep, it's pretty cool. So now that we know that these switches work, let's open this back up and connect the pads and see if they get hot, or else it would just be a, you know, a giant waste of time and money. So right, so I brought the pads back out, and it's basically what they look like. Comes with really long connectors, so you don't have to worry about how far up it stretches. Instructions, I'm guessing, warning labels. So these pads have sticky covers on it, or like sticky covers, adhesives on it, kind of like adhesives, sticker, like when you pull it back. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So when you pull up in there, it's kind of reverse, so I guess you would grab it from this end and pull it down. Whatever. Essentially what it looks like. So let's plug these into here. You can see these two right there, and test both of them. So alright, so we got both the pads plugged in, both switches, and just for the heck of it, we're gonna put them both on high because I don't have much time to wait. So let's see how fast they get. Now this is real time. You guys could be timing this for like 10 seconds already. It's starting to get warm. They're both starting to get warm. About 15 seconds in, I'm starting to feel something. Alright, so just for the heck of it, I decided to actually sit on it, and there's a big difference. Not really in comparison to your hand touching it, but it's a difference when you're sitting on it and your back is up against it. It's pretty interesting, you know. So, most definitely not a waste of money. And yeah, you can get lots of things done with this. So, I'm gonna try and install these in the seat. It may fail horribly, but just go out and buy a staple gun anyway. So, I guess I'll start off with the passenger side seat. I'm gonna take it out, unplug whatever's plugged to the bottom of it, even though these aren't power seats. Pretty sure the airbag is plugged into it, so we're gonna unplug that. And yeah, try and get these pads in these seats. Alright YouTube, it's the next day here. And I decided to do a little research last night on how am I gonna get in my car without my keys. That's better. Alright, so doing a little bit of research, and I found out there's not really much connected to this, you know, seat bottom one. All it is just 4 bolts, and of course an airbag wire. I can see that from right there. Just unhook that from right there. You have a wire right there. Before you touch any of that stuff, you have to disconnect the negative battery terminal. Other than that, that's the only thing that's onto the seat. So it came off easier than I thought. Alright, so before we do that, the best thing to do would be to actually clean the car once again, because once you remove the seats, it really show, you know, the actual dirt that's in your car, you know. I even found electrical tape, all the hidden items you find, and look, 2 pennies. Interesting. Pen. All these things I never knew I lost before, but I lost them. So we're gonna go ahead and clean this car and get to them pads. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention when you take out your seats, your leg room is infinite. Your comfort factor is like super high. This could be like your own little office here, you know. Take out your seats in your car one day and find out what I'm talking about. But enough of that, back to work. Alright, starting with the driver's side chair. This is new to me as much as it's new to you, so I don't really know where to start or where to begin. I guess I'll start by taking off that crossbar, and then got brackets here and here. Or maybe I could just start by pulling this off. This little seat clip here. Like I said, I'm learning as much as you are right now. I'll probably take this inside and figure this out better. And just like that, we did the driver's side chair. Now, I didn't show you guys because I didn't know what I was doing. So, but the second share we're gonna do, I will be recording and kind of guide you guys step by step. You guys are still gonna make fun of me for the things I obviously did wrong, but you see the job is obviously done. The chair looks normal. So I guess I'm not the worst guy in the world. Alright, so just like the driver's side chair, you have to remove this plastic piece first, because what you want to do is you want to be able to like get under here, you know, and slide the pads straight in here. See, it's kind of dirty too. So what you want to do is loosen up this screw here, and slide this plastic piece forward, just like that. Alright, so after you take off these two and slide everything forward, you're going to want to start prying off these seat clips off the bottom of the rail of the seat. Just pull it up, you know, pull it up. Don't pull it up too far, because we have hog rings and rails and stuff connected to the seat to hold it and make it look, keep it looking nice, you know. So go all the way around, pull it off. Now the next step to release the bottom half of the seat, there's a clip on the bottom. And to get to that, you have to turn this chair around, and you have to pull off this piece. So it's basically like a hook, just like that. These are hooks. You pull them off the back. The driver's side chair has like a little pocket where you can tuck it into, but I'll just leave this flapping. Jeez. Make sure you take off this. Do not pull the airbag wire with you. And now on the bottom, there are clips right here. Once you do that, you will like basically release the chair. Oh, wrong clip. Just like that, see? More C-clips on the bottom of the chair. And basically, once all that's removed, remove all the C-clips from the bottom of the chair. Same number on both sides, even, you know. Then you can recline the chair back and simply pull this out. It's gonna be a little bit tight, but you know, just pull it out. Just like that. So that's removed. We can now access this chair, this seat, and the upper seat. So we're gonna do this first. Now to start this, it's kind of a problem because we got like a little ring there separating both half of the chairs. You can see my hand right here. So what I did was I just popped it, honestly. I'm not no upholstery, you know, professional here. But as you can see on the driver's side chair, that's already done. Can you even tell? No. Did I break any laws? No. So don't get pissed off while watching this video. You can do what you want. You can actually pop those hog rings out, cut them, and then replace them back. Or you can just simply just pop the whole thing up. Your choice. At the end of the day, the seat looks the same and feels the same also. So you're gonna wanna mess up this bottom half of the chair. What I did was I pulled this ring out. When you pull the ring out, everything, you just pull it out just like that, and then just pull them up all the way until you get to the middle, just like that, until you get basically to the edge of the chair. Boom. If you want, you could glue this back or whatever. I don't really give two hecks, but now I can access both sides of the chair. See, my hand is up here now without a problem. So that's easy. Now for the top half, since we're already in the mood for removing shit, what you want to do is place this down here. What I do is recline this chair back up. Go to the bottom here. And this is the seat clip for the top half of the chair. Top half of the chair is super simple. You just remove this seat clip. If I can do it one hand, but I doubt it. Most likely you gotta use a screwdriver and remove this. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Now by releasing this seat clip, now you can access this chair. What you want to do is recline it back again. And then now you just, see, just like that. Now for the top half of the chair, you don't have that problem with the center clip. You can slide your hand all the way up to the top. There's no seam here. It's just for styling, I guess. Alright, so now we can tuck the pads in. And before I get the pads, what you want to do is make sure that you know what side the chair is on. So as you can see, this is the passenger side chair. You're going to be stuffing the wires straight through this half. So basically whatever side the seat belt's on, you will stuff it through here. If you want to remove this, you make it easier too, but when you're putting the things, make sure it's not in the way of the sliding rail. But I'll get to that and show you guys in depth. Alright, so I got the pads. I already stuffed this one in here. Make sure you bring it all the way to the top. You can't really see what I'm doing, but yeah, stuff it all the way to the top. And then bring the wire up. And then I brought it in between here. Alright, now the chair slides here. You know, so it's not sliding, and it may pull a little bit, but I extend it all the way forward and then all the way back, and it's longer when it gets to the back but shorter when it gets all the way to the front, but it's still long enough to connect. So that's what you want. You want to make sure it's long enough to connect, even, you know, because, you know, you have passengers in the car, you know, and you don't know what the hell they might be doing. So it might slide all the way forward and disconnect something. You don't want that. So double check, make sure that it's long enough, and everything should be fine. Driver's chair you don't have to worry about because you could be conscious about it. So just in case if you're running out of space over there. But in the Lance's case, these are perfect. So what you want after this, what you want to do is after you get the pads on, there's like this adhesive strips. So what you want to do is you pull them up. You know, and under it is the adhesive strip. So what you want to do is, which I have to put the camera down, you got to go under here and pull it and pull the whole strip down with you. Alright, so I'm going to grab it and see if I can record it at the same time. Alright, so I got it and pulled it all the way down. Make sure when you pull it down that you know that it's grabbing to the back of the foam. So when you're done, make sure that it's nice and even. Slide your hand down. Make sure, you know, and you can even tuck it under here if you want. I guess you can make the whole foam hot if you want. I don't see a point in that, but yeah, you know, you can just leave it hanging just like that. But make sure you tuck it in as far as you can go. This pad is really long, so, and I'm not bothering putting it up here because that's gonna feel weird. Heat's on your shoulders. I'd rather have it on my back. So I can extension. Now there's two sides. I just did this one. Do the other one, and then we're gonna do the bottom pad. Alright, again, you guys are gonna hate me for this bottom half of the seat, but you know what you want to do is you make sure that you push it all the way through. And this is the crucial part. Make sure you tuck the wire all the way in that little crease right there, all the way, so you're not feeling anything. Because the worst thing would be every time you sit in this car, you feel something poking you in your butt, all for the purposes of heat. So make sure that's done, and then for the wire, you pull it all the way through. Yes, you have to drill a hole, and pull it all the way through. This, you know, ensures that you have accurate length and you're not, you know, accidentally might not end up with, you know, can't plug it in, you know. You don't want that. So now that the hard work is done, you can go ahead and remove this adhesive strips. I went ahead and flipped the strips upside down, so it's like the pads are like closer to the cloth of the chair. So instead of, you know, strapped down to the foam, strap it down to the seat. So I think that would be pretty cool and add more heat to the chair. So we'll see about that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this done and try and put this bottom half back in. Alright, so once you put all the adhesive back, you can go ahead and put this chair back, and just like that, it's done. Everything's back together. If you guys don't know how to put it back together, then just reverse my steps. It's really not that hard anyway. But yeah, you know, both pads are in, both chairs. I'm gonna put these chairs back, then we'll do a little test run. Passenger side in, driver side in. Alright, I got both seats bolted back in, I'll wire it up, airbag connected, just like how I got it. As you can see, this seat is all plugged in. And then I plugged in these two heated seats connectors, and then I slid the seat back and forth. As you can see, where it's already back, it's pretty extended. And then when you stretch it all the way forward, it still has enough room to, you know, stay connected. What you want to do is you want to like move these away from the sliding mechanism, so you don't catch anything in there, you know. That'll be bad one day. But yeah, all the way back, which when it's full extended, that's like the wire fully stretched. So there's still slack in it, so that's perfect. Now it's time to connect the driver's side seats, which I ended up stretching over here just to hold it for me. And the connector, which is all the way down here. This is my seating position. So with my seat fully extended, basically, this is like my seating position, and as you can see the slack in the wire, it's a good amount of slack. And it's out of the way of the slider, in case if I decide to move up or down, or somebody else drives my car or whatnot. So that's also pretty good. Alright, so now everything's connected. We're going to hook up the battery and test out these seats. Right, battery's connected. Now we're going to start it up. Actually, let me test my battery voltage. See what number we at. Alright, so as you can see, we're at 11.8 right now, 11.7. So I'm gonna start the car up and let it run up so I don't kill the battery with these heated seats. Another thing, guys, also, if you guys are, you know, didn't want to pull up a power source all the way from the battery, you guys could also go in their fuse box and take a fuse tap and actually hook it into the heated seat, you know, fuse spot for, you know, Islanders that don't come with heated seats. I don't know if that will work because I'm not doing it, obviously, but you can try it out and test it out, you know what I mean. Another thing you could have taken power from was from the cigarette lighter fuse, which is this 15 amp fuse right here. So get one of those fuse taps and do your thing with that. But I just rather do it all the way from the battery, all the way forward, because I have other plans to do interior things for this car that require electricity. So I just said forget it and just do it, add it to the heated seats too. Alright, I had the car running for about 10 minutes. Had my little genius boost because apparently the battery was dying. Haven't started it in a while. Yeah, so this is real time. Turn this on. You see it's lit up. It's pretty cool. And already, what's this, like 10 seconds? I feel something. Alright, so just like that, YouTube, this kit was definitely not a waste of money. And, you know, it's pretty good for the winter, you know. Granted, I don't know how long this kit will last for. But if it does, you know, I'll just get something else that would plug into these switches. Not hard, as you can see. Now it's getting like really warm. So if you like this video, comment, rate, subscribe, and don't forget, never stop modifying.